Well, we're now joined by Vanessa Poonah, who joins us live from Langebaan in the Cape North Coast ahead of that meeting. Vanessa, thanks very much for joining us. Just explain to us who's who in this story. We hear about the Khoisan Defiance Campaign and then the Human Rights Commission. Take us through that.
Peter, yes, good evening. And in just over an hour or so, this meeting is scheduled to start at 7 o'clock this evening here at the Seabreeze Community Hall behind me. When we spoke to the South African Human Rights Commission earlier on today, they were saying that this meeting is really to provide feedback to the community of Langebaan, as well as to get first-hand experiences or first-hand accounts of what had happened. And this in order, Peter, to draft court papers, which they will then use in the Quality Court matter, which they are scheduled. According to that human rights watchdog body, they will lodge in the Quality Court come tomorrow morning. Now, Peter, if I can just tell you what I know about this matter is that in August, an incident allegedly involving Eben Etzebeth, the Springbok Lock, happening at a local watering hole, Divatergat, here in Langebaan on the main road. And of course, what we've then heard after that is that there was a brawl outside of the establishment, and this is of course when the allegations surfaced, as well as a video that did make the rounds on social media. And also we have seen photographs of one complainant with bruises on his face, and of course this is where we find ourselves at this moment in time. Community members as well as the Khoisan Defiance Campaign taking this matter to the Human Rights Commission, saying that they feel that the use of racial slurs as allegedly used by Eben Etzebeth, who also represents South Africa at the highest national level when it comes to sport and rugby, should not be allowed. And they want the Equality Court to determine whether or not that body would be the proper place for this matter also to be heard. And in a statement, and speaking to the Khoisan Defiance Campaign also a short while ago this afternoon, they're telling us that they are disappointed that charges have not yet been brought. They are saying that Eben Etzebeth should not have been allowed to go to Japan to represent South Africa at the World Cup with this cloud hanging over his head. So what we expect to happen this evening is feedback from the Human Rights Commission to members of the Langebaan community, and then also engagement with them in terms of the way forward following their lodging or the announcement that they will lodge this matter with the Equality Court tomorrow.
Are we any clearer about what might have sparked this violence? What provoked it? What caused it?
Peter, I'm loath to speculate at this point. I can only just recount what I've been reading on the matter. Allegedly, an altercation inside that venue, and of course, then once the party, and apparently it was quite a large group of people with the Etzebeth party outside, then what we understand is that there was an altercation. I read, according to a statement from the Khoisan Defiance Campaign, that they are disappointed that media are focusing on the hate speech matter, when according to Sammy Claassen from the Khoisan Defiance Campaign, there's also allegations of an assault, saying that there was an incident allegedly of the pointing of a firearm at a 20-year-old girl, as well as the allegations of hate speech and racism. So the lines are a little bit blurry at this point in time, Peter. I'm loath to speculate about what had taken place at the time, but I can tell you that the matter has seemed to divide opinion, specifically over the inclusion of Eben Etzebeth in the World Cup rugby squad. Now, preparing as we speak, of course, for that clash against Italy come tomorrow.
All right, Vanessa, we're going to leave it there, but hopefully we'll be able to catch up with you as things become a bit clearer, especially after this meeting a little bit later on. Thanks so much indeed. That's our reporter in the Western Cape, Vanessa Poonah, on this Etzebeth matter. And just to let you know that SA Rugby has announced on Thursday, today, that it would launch an internal investigation to look into allegations of Lock Eben Etzebeth assaulting and racially abusing a homeless man just before the World Cup. So it's interesting that the SA Rugby is only doing this now. Rassie Erasmus had defended his Lock, saying that he had spoken to him and that he had believed his version. So now it seems that with the actions taken by Human Rights Watch, it looks as if that the SA Rugby is starting to feel the pressure a little bit, and they've launched an internal inquiry saying that SA Rugby reaffirms its commitment as a good corporate citizen to abide by any requirements placed on it or its employees by South African authorities. That's what they said in a statement.